Hello friends, David, Central Cal Piper here. Thought I would make a quick video just to let you know that I'm still here, still around. I apologize for being away for a while. I was watching some videos today. I watched a video from Al Winsel, Winsel's World, and he was talking about those presenters who hadn't made videos for a while. I thought, yeah, that's me. So anyway, kind of felt a little guilty, so I thought I'd get on here and make a quick video, like I said, just to check in. So everything's been going good here. A couple of things the last few weeks that have, taken some time to figure out. I think the last video that I made was talking about the trees in my backyard. One of my deep root watering system sprinklers broke and had to get that repaired. So got my gardener to do it for me. Charged me $150, which was worth it. I suppose it's a lot of money, but saved me from having to do it myself. I spent a day hacking away at the tree roots that were all over the flower bed to try to get to the broken sprinkler, and spent about an hour or two out there digging and hacking with an axe and all sorts of stuff. And anyway, got a little closer to where the leak was coming from, but I just kind of gave up. So he fixed that for me. He advised me. Well, he told me that with time, each of these sprinkler systems are going to break because the roots basically are these massive roots that are very strong, and they just bust through the PVC. So he told me maybe on the next one that breaks, he advised me to just kill that line basically and use my existing drip system to feed the tubes from the drip system into these deep root watering devices basically. So probably do that in the future just so I won't have to keep getting these things repaired. Anyway, so kind of irritates me though because they're expensive to put in. I think we spent about $100 or so on each tree to have these deep root watering system things put in, because here in California we don't get as much water as the trees need, and the other sprinklers that you'd put in a flower bed won't get down to the roots. So anyway, spent a lot of money getting these put in, and I guess we're just gonna basically scrap them the next time one breaks. So anyway, dealt with that for a while. The other thing, I took my little red Mercury Capri red spin last week. Was going down the freeway in the fast lane, listened to an audio book. Everything was great. All of a sudden, it lost power. So where I was on the freeway was really close to an off ramp, and freeways are always busy, but this particular one, a lot of semis take the 58 going east, and my car decided to stop running right there where they were trying to get off the freeway. So I had to put my hazards on and work my way from the left lane to the shoulder, and got honked out and blasted by a bunch of trucks trying to get around me. So anyway, that was a harrowing experience. Got it pulled over to the right-hand lane. Took about a few minutes to get out of the car because the trucks were probably 5 feet away from me, going very fast. So finally got out, went up the embankment. Usually you would check under the hood to find out what might be going on, but I was fearful that I'd get plastered by a truck, so I stayed up on the embankment. Got roadside assistance. They came out, hooked me up, towed me back home again with the car set for a day or two. I looked under the hood at that point, didn't see anything obvious that was wrong with the car. So I started going through some troubleshooting things, and the first, I guess 60% of the time in a situation like that, the mercuries are known to, the timing belt was thought to be the main culprit. So I went out, took the cap off, the oil cap, the filler cap, took it off, had my wife attempt to start the car. It turned over, and you could see the camshaft moving inside, so that meant that the timing belt was not in fact broken. So the next thing on the list was it wasn't getting fuel, so I looked at some things there. But the next time I looked at the engine, I noticed that there was a spark plug wire that had come detached. It wasn't actually a spark plug wire, it was the main wire going to the points. So I stuck that back on, started right away. I drove around the block a few times and did fine, so that crisis was averted. So I'm not going to be at $1,000 to have the timing belt replaced, which was really nice. So that's taken care of now. Next thing, got a cold, got some pink eye, dealt with that for about a week. Still have a bit of a cough, but that's getting better now. So just, life's little things that you have to deal with. So that's kind of been going on, and all that's settled. Everything's back to normal. By the way, this is the second time I've shot this portion of the video because I had to break it up in 3 different parts. After I went back and tried to resume filming, realized the first part didn't take, so having to redo this over again. So you may see some overlap in the things that I say in this video and the next portion that I will splice in here. But oh well, I guess you'll understand why if there's that situation happens. Anyway, guys, so this is where I'm going to stop and splice in that second part. So I'll be right back with you. That's about the extent of what I've been up to. Got a little surprise box of tobacco-related goodies from my son Spencer. He has decided to take a break from pipe smoking, so he asked me if I wanted to take care of all his things while he was taking a break. Actually, he said he was going to stop, but I'm refusing to believe that. So I have a whole tub of all of his tobacco and a few pipes. He kept all the pipes that were gifted to him, but the rest he gave to me, and a lot of tobacco. So I'm going through that, and it's kind of sad, that he decided to stop smoking his pipe. He mainly said that he didn't have room. He was trying to clear out his office and just got sick of having things everywhere. So we'll see. Maybe he'll change his mind. But in the meantime, I inherited a bunch of tobacco, different tobaccos and all that, which I'm really grateful for. So I'll have to show it to some of you, some of it at some point. But so that's been happening. Of course, I have no room for extra things either. So right now I've got all of his tobacco and pipes in a big plastic box that I have in my office, actually. Have you ever used ChatGPT? Now, I know some people won't go near it, but I find it kind of a useful tool. So one example of what I was able to do, well, a few things. Maybe asked numerous. My dog, she's constantly making noise. She just wants something to bark at, but she has a bark collar, so she just walks around making strange moaning noises all day, whimpering, because she wants to bark, and knows if she barks, her buzzer will go off, which she doesn't like apparently. It doesn't shock her. I do have a shock collar for her, but I don't use that. This one just is like a buzzer on her neck, so when she barks, it'll buzz and all that. Seems to work most of the time, but she moans, she protests a lot about that collar. So anyway, ChatGPT. So I've used it for quite a few things. The other day I was smoking some Sir Walter Raleigh. Spencer had a pouch of Sir Walter Raleigh, and I think I had given it to him. It was unopened. He hasn't had a lot of time to do a lot of pipe smoking, but I decided to open it, which luckily, this pouch didn't have that vinegary smell, so either it was one that I gave to him or he got before the whole vinegar addition to that tobacco, which I guess keeps it fresher longer or something. So anyway, it was a straight burley, and it was okay, but it wasn't anything spectacular. So I asked ChatGPT what could be added to that to kind of round it out to make it a more pleasant smoke. And it gave me some nice suggestions. It told me what I could add, if I wanted this sort of flavor or that sort of flavor. And I said, well, okay, I've got 1 ounce of Sir Walter Raleigh, so how much of these other tobaccos should I add? And it told me the exact amount in ounces or grams. So I have 2 blends now. It even created names for those. One's like a nighttime comfort blend or something. And so I've got a couple of mixtures in there. It said to let it sit for 2 or 3 days. So I'm anxious to try that. Anyway, it's kind of a neat deal. Because it basically pulls out information from everywhere on the internet about the characteristics of the tobaccos and will tell you exactly how to blend them, which I find kind of neat. So I'll let you know how that goes. Hey guys, I'm back now. Sorry about that. Yeah, my wife normally texts me, and then I call her for a few minutes, check in, see what's going on, ask her how her day's going with all of her students and all that. She tells me all of her stories of frustration and all that. First graders who are apathetic and don't care to learn, don't want to learn. For the most part, she has a few students who are anxious to learn, but she said so many of the students are just apathetic and they don't want to learn, and she's tried everything, and they just don't seem to care. And gone are the days you can send problem students up to the office, they just send them right back to you. So it has to do with the parents. A lot of parents don't seem to really want to do the things at home that parents should be doing, like practicing with their kids, or even basically telling them the importance of learning how to read, which is really pretty important. In first grade, she's in charge of teaching them how to read and all that sort of thing, the foundations of education. And difficult because so many of them just don't care, and no matter what you do, they don't seem to respond. So she struggles with that, and she was just telling me about that. So anyway, spoke with her for a few minutes, and I had to make a couple of phone calls that she asked me to make for her, so I did that. Now I'm back. Can't think of anything else really that's been going on in my life that's interesting. Anyway, just want to check in and let you guys know that I'm still here. I just haven't made a lot of videos lately. I've been pretty busy with the Psalm videos. Usually those take about an hour per day, so now I've finished with those, and I'm just going through and, like I said, doing some of the early ones over again for consistency's sake, and putting them back on there. And I only have had a few people that really comment on those, and that's okay. Mostly it was for me. I wanted to do that. I knew it would keep me accountable to do those on a daily basis, and so that was accomplished. And I appreciate those of you who did watch the Tom's videos and all that. Thought about trying to read through the Proverbs, but I'm not so sure about that. I might. We'll see what I feel like when I'm done editing all the Psalms videos and all that. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and I look forward to hearing from all of you in the comments and watching your videos. God bless y'all. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.